score second chance points.
And we saw them with 16 points off turnovers, I believe it was, at halftime against Slovenia. And we're like, well, Slovenia doing a pretty good job. Next thing you know, they ended up with 40 for the game.
Second half, the score against Slovenia, 70-34. That tells you have to play for 40 minutes against the United States.
Now, James Harden, with so many players and so many weapons, hasn't really had to step up all the time, but he showed signs in that last game. It's like, it's James Harden time. So don't forget, he can go off over the next 2 games.
Absolutely. He's really matured into a player that leads by example. Now he's the 3rd leading scorer, and he, in the department of minutes play, he's also up there in top 3. So his role on the team grows as the tournament goes on. I expect him to be very important and be on the floor a lot today.
There you see Kenneth Farid and Valanciunas, Motiejunas. Of course, the advantage that Mike Krzyzewski has is the continuity that he's been with this team for so long. Since 2006, decided to stick with it after the last Olympics. And Jonas Kazlauskas is back in his 2nd stint as the coach of Lithuania, having also coached China and Greece in the time in between. Well, welcome to the FIBA Basketball World Cup semifinal here. Lithuania and the United States, and Lithuanian green win the opening tip, attacking the basket to the left of your screen. And Jaskevicius dumps it off to Valanciunas, and it's good.
If you're Lithuania, this is how you want to start. Easy basket. Give it to your main guy, Valanciunas, underneath the basket. 2 points for him in Lithuania.
Pass over to Farid. They lay off him. Now there's Curry. Now Farid is going to put up the jumper and shoots it over the rim.
This is not his shot. He's more effective closer to the basket.
The dump in low, but Farid steals it. Passes to Harden. Quickly up ahead to Curry, who goes up, initiates the contact, and Anthony Davis is there for the follow.
This is USA basketball. They get a rebound, they immediately run and finish it off with the second chance points after the offensive rebound. You got to box out.
And Jaskevicius drives in and draws the foul from Curry, who's had some problems with foul trouble in this tournament.
He's had a few games that he wasn't able to see the finish right here by Curry that misses badly, but Anthony Davis there to finish it off. Look at it one more time. Anthony Davis so effective there on the offensive board. United States just crushed Slovenia in the quarterfinal on the offensive board in the first half. So this is, of course, something that Lithuania just has to be concerned about. And I'm sure Coach Kazlauskas stressed this point. You have to box out.
And obviously the free throw game. Now, what's interesting about the player at the line right now, Jaskevicius, he was cut. And then right when Kaunietis went out with the shoulder problem, they had to bring him back, and he's ended up being the starting point guard. That's quite a story.
I mean, he's really an off guard, but he's really handled his situation very well.
Quick pass up ahead to Farid, and he draws the foul from Motiejunas. So the USA are looking to run at every opportunity.
That's just what I wanted to say, Jeff. Even after a successful free throw right there, you see immediately effort to go for the fast break and easy points. Kenneth Farid, he's been phenomenal for United States. He's played with so much energy on the boards and filling the lanes on the fast break. He's been just invaluable there for Coach Krzyzewski. He's got so much strength when he gets the ball. He's such a big target to hit him on the fast break, and then you just leave it up to him to finish it.
And this is also where Lithuania have to do a good job of boxing out, but he makes both. So we've got another tie early in the contest. Now some full court pressure here from the USA.
Look at the pressure. They're going to bring it out at 3 guards. Now it's Kyrie Irving against Jaskevicius. I'm sure he's going to pester him all game long.
Oh, little shifty move there from Jaskevicius. Now Saibutis will obviously do a lot of the ball handling. Machulis puts up a 3. And the box out. Now Curry in transition quickly to Kyrie Irving, and his shot is swatted from Motiejunas.
Good recovery there by Motiejunas. You have to run back if you're a big guy, because you can help there with blocking shots or at least altering. Look at it. Another fast break by United States. Kyrie Irving gets bumped by Saibutis, and there's Motiejunas there with a huge block.
Now Harden pulls up, and his jumper is off target, but Kyrie Irving chases it down, puts it up, and this time Motiejunas rebounds.
That's another physical play there, Motiejunas. He took that rebound above the rim.
Jaskevicius gets down the lane and is fouled, I believe, by Harden.
And look at Jaskevicius. I mean, he's really aggressive there in the opening moments of the game. Vaidas Juškevičius, who played professional basketball in Germany. You see him right here cross over against Harden and then is fouled. Now signed with Lietuvos Rytas, one of the powerhouses there in Lithuania. Just really having a great impact on the game in the first minutes of the game. I'm impressed, Jeff.
Well, the key will be to sustain it. And as the point guard, he needs to protect that ball. Makes the third free throw.
That's a good point right there, because we've seen in the tournament like good 5 minutes from some of the teams, good 28 minutes from Turkey in the group play, but nobody has been able to match the intensity of the United States for full 40 minutes.
Juškevičius just makes both, and his high fives all around over in the one of the many Lithuanian sections here in the Palau Saint-Jordi. Harden passes it off. Now Farid into the corner to Curry. And Motiejunas very active.
Curry was covered, but if you give only tiny space, he's going to shoot it. So Juškevičius is really going to be up close with him.
Now Valanciunas hands it off to Juškevičius. Gets it back to Valanciunas and it's blocked. Now Curry again on the fast break. Pulls up, banks it in.
That was a two-pointer, and there's a foul there by Kenneth Farid right after the basket was made. Yeah.
So that's his second, I think.
Yeah, right there. Watch it right there.
No, that'll be his first foul.
That's Motiejunas. He boxed him out well, but Farid just knocks him down. He just bulldozed him over.
Again, the full-court pressure, and they pull it back. Juškevičius.
But not a bad transition defense by the Lithuanians. They didn't allow any easy baskets.
Well, they have to get back. That's what they were talking about in today's press conference earlier, the pregame. And Valanciunas hands it off to Sabonis. Back to Valanciunas, and he's fouled. So nice little pick and roll there for Lithuania.
A good job by Valanciunas this time after getting the shot blocked on the last possession. He just made sure and just firmed up and went up really strong. So there was no other way for Team USA to stop him and block it.
2 fouls on Steph Curry, so he has to take a seat. You can see the replay. Valanciunas going up.
That's the second game in a row that Steph Curry just really picks up fouls early and has to go sit down to the bench. I mean, for him as a shooter, you just really wonder if he doesn't, what kind of impact it's going to have on his game, because he's a shooter and he needs to get in the rhythm and the flow.
Valanciunas misses the first one. Now Curry had 3 fouls by the end of the first quarter against Slovenia. So we saw Klay Thompson come in, however, and just that's the luxury. He's 22 years of age. Valanciunas makes the second.
And look at the foul situation. 14 fouls for USA and 1 for Lithuania. This is rare. We've seen it the other way around in the tournament.
Now Klay Thompson quickly over to Anthony Davis, and he fumbles the ball away. Motiejunas hands it to Juškevičius. Juškevičius, and nowhere to go, left his feet. So that was a mistake. The turnover to Irving, and then Juškevičius hustles back and makes a dangerous pass under the USA basket there.
And that's
a foul called on Harden. That's his second.
And that's a bonus. So Lithuania has a bonus after 3 minutes of play. This is a big advantage. Look at it right here. This was the turnover by Juškevičius. Irving runs to a fast break, but Juškevičius recovers. That's a great play. He saves the ball. And right there, it's Motiejunas who is fouled by Harden.
I think Harden's like, why did the foul called on me? It looked like he had more contact with Maciulis, his teammate.
So that means Harden's got 2 fouls and he sits on the bench.
But some free throw woes here early for Lithuania.
And Lithuania's going to make sure they make the free throws.
Although I suppose it's 71%, Shrek and the rest of the Lithuanian fans won't be too upset. And this is both, however.
They're shooting 75 for the tournament, so they are one of the better free throw shooting teams in the tournament. Has missed three free throws already.
Kyrie Irving dribbles behind his back. Puts up the jumper, and Farid keeps it alive. And a foul is called on Motiejunas.
But so far we haven't really seen any offensive rebound baskets there for the United States that we've seen before in so many games, just dominant. Look at right here, Farid again. He's got a great rebounding position. You cannot allow him to be inside so close to the cylinder without anybody touching him. I mean, it is difficult because United States is running, and it is not really a set offense that you would be able to box out your man, but you just gotta try. Even the small guys, they gotta help. They just gotta put a body on somebody.
Derrick Rose into the game for USA. And misses the second. Machulis looks to push it up the floor quickly. And he does, and he gets the layup off the glass. Well, if you're going to give it to me, I'm going to take it.
I mean, he surprised everybody because he took it all the way. There was no help there coming from the big guys to block the shot.
Now over to Klay Thompson. Count it!
You got to be close to him. Klay Thompson, like Steph Curry, excellent shooters. We've seen him shooting the ball incredibly from the three. He's shooting 42% in the tournament. And he was the high scorer of the quarterfinal for Team United States.
Valanciunas thought about it, drives in and picks up another foul on Kenneth Faried. So the fouls starting to mount for the Americans.
That was a smart play there by Valanciunas. He faked and just chose the drive to the basket. You see right there, he just got him off his feet. And that's enough. I mean, then if you initiate a contact, you have a good chance that the referees will call a foul.
Faried has to take a seat. He's been the energizer of this USA team, and Rudy Gay is not a bad option to be coming off the bench, I'll tell you that.
There are some very good options coming off the bench, I'll tell you that, for Team United States. All these guys are leaders of their teams in the NBA. But look at that. I mean, you got a situation when 3 of the starters for Coach Mike Krzyzewski's got 2 fouls. I mean, this is very new. In the first quarter, after only 4 minutes of play, this is such a problem here.
Palace Yankunis is going to come in for Lithuania.
You know that even Coach Kozlowska is going to have to rotate a lot of players in because you cannot sustain the same intensity if you go with a small rotation of the guys. So expect 10, at least 11 players to be involved in the game for Lithuania.
And look at the coaching of Kozlauskas in the right corner of the screen there, and a foul called before the shot. He's talking to Motiejunas. Now Sabutis picks up the foul.
I mean, Motiejunas is also a very young player, 22 years old. He's playing for the Houston Rockets in the NBA, so there's also a lot of things that you need to coach him. You need to calm him down. He's got a long way to go. He's a big man. I'm sure he's maturing slowly.
So that was not a shooting foul. It's the 3rd team foul on Lithuania. So that whistle's been blowing a lot so far in this game.
Well, that's a smart foul by Sabutis before the shot was taken.
Derrick Rose for 3, and he continues to find the going tough with his perimeter game.
He's really struggled from the outside. He's spectacular going to the basket, but from the outside he's been able to find his mark.
Martinez Putsis is going to come in. Now Valanciunas gets inside, and Anthony Davis swats it.
Oh, that was a great defensive play by Davis. Valanciunas is going to have to shoot a hook shot.
Rose explodes, but travels.
A step too far right there. This is exactly what Kozlauskas is signaling. And Valanciunas, use the fakes more. And if you go up, you gotta create separation right there. If you go over Davis, there's not a chance. This was a travel there by Rose on the fast break. This is going to be a very tough game for Valanciunas. Look at it one more time right here. He tries to go over the top, but you cannot do that with Anthony Davis and his long arms.
Yeah, you either dunk it or you go to the hook shot. Now, Jaskevicius with his first turnover, but the USA unable to keep it in bounds, and it goes back over to Lithuania.
And that's the second time that Jaskevicius has turned the ball over, so he just got to really watch it.
There's Kalnietis watching. You know he wants to be out there.
Mantas Kalnietis, the primary point guard in last year's silver run there in Slovenia and Eurobasket.
Now Machulis looks for space, goes up against Klay Thompson, misses. Valanciunas kept it alive, but Rose comes away with the ball. He crosses midcourt to Klay Thompson. Doesn't need much time at all, but he misses.
Oh, that was a really quick shot there by Thompson. I thought he was a little bit off balance. I mean, he was shooting right in front of us, and he was kind of floating when he was taking the jumper. That was a really difficult shot for him.
There's the foul on Anthony Davis. And quickly to the other end, Lithuania.
Look at Marty Kocher. This is Marty's shot. Go up and under, wraparound shot. Great layup by Marty Kocher's athletic play.
Klay Thompson drives in, and Derrick Rose was out of bounds, and he is just not in the flow, is he?
He is not in rhythm. That's a very tough break for Derrick Rose because he just finally hit an outside shot, but just stepped out of bounds before the shot was taken. Really a tough break there for him.
You can see Coach Krzyzewski having words with the referees. He walked past. Here's Putsis, who played for Coach Krzyzewski at Duke University. Gets in with a pump fake. Back outside to Jaskevicius for 3. And got a lot of rim there. Now Irving. Over to Rose.
No fast break there for United States. Again, a good transition defense by the Lithuanians.
Rose explodes, gets inside, but misses.
Good rebound by Valanciunas. Just really did a good job of boxing out and controlling the whole paint.
Rose trying to play his way out of the funk almost, it feels like. The dump to Potsius out of his hands. Now Irving quickly puts up a three. That's good.
They're counting right there. We have a tie game. That was a really risky pass there by Jankunas to Potsius, who was trying to cut to the back door. You have to really make sure against the United States to make the good passes. Conservative.
So Lithuania have really put themselves into a good position in this game. They've done what a lot of teams haven't been able to do, and that's keep it even. I mean, they've even been leading, but they called a timeout. Kozlowski's sensing a little bit of a shift in momentum there.
Well, I think that Coach Kozlowski is going to have to be smart with taking the timeout just to give some rest to his players. He's going to have to stop runs of the United States if they happen. We saw, as you said, a little momentum change there in the game. I think it's so far Lithuania has been able to stick the United States. Thankfully, due to great quality transition defense, they have allowed the United States to run. That's why we have a tie game here at 13.
Not only that, looking at Lithuania play, you can see there's a real difference in terms of their size. You know, they're not really giving that much away in the size department to this USA team.
They are not, but right now we're going to see them go small at the center spot with Darius Lavrinovic. A great three-point shooter is going to come on the floor, so he's going to be guarded by DeMarcus Cousins, and Cousins is going to really have to watch it and go outside and cover him on a three. Let's see how he handles that.
Well, I'm sure Cousins realizes the three-point shooting ability of Lavrinovic, and he does come out. Now Lavrinovic put the ball on the floor and turns it over. And I think I told you at breakfast that's exactly what would happen. Do you remember?
He tried to attack Cousins right there.
Now, entry pass to Cousins, and Cousins inbounds it to save it, but gets it to Sabutis. Sabutis doesn't mess around, passes back outside to Potsius.
You know, one of the really interesting stats against Turkey in the quarterfinals, Lithuania scored only 2 fast break points.
Now bounce pass to Jankunas. Cousins with a strong rebound.
That was a simple basketball, like good pick and pop for Jankunas. He just couldn't hit his shot.
Rudy battling for position. Klay Thompson hits the three-pointer.
He is incredibly focused. Klay Thompson just bumps his chest and he's been just dead accurate from the three-pointer. He's the best shooter the United States got at the moment.
Kuzminskas is going to come in and presumably guard Thompson. Now Machulis, contact, but no call, and it goes over to USA. Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson fouled by Potsius. That's the 4th team foul on Lithuania. So the next one will give free throws to the USA.
2 mistakes there by Lithuania. One was the loss right there. And here we see the last shot there by Klay Thompson. What a shot it was. I mean, if you just give him a little space, he's going to put it up. But the turnover by Lavrinovic, and now a weak drive there by Machulis. So Lithuania just slightly taking a step back there, initiative and focus.
And what you have is you do have Kuzminskas come in, and he's guarding Klay Thompson. He's kind of long and wiry.
Maybe one of the best athletes that Lithuania has got on their squads there, Kuzminskas.
Kyrie Irving. And Cousins comes down with a rebound, and it's kind of wound up in his hands.
And this is going to be hard for Lavrinovic, Darius, to box him out.
Cousins passes over to Klay Thompson, and Kuzminskas kind of got lost there with his assignment, but gets the rebound.
Well, Lithuania got lucky because Thompson was open.
Kuzminskas passes to Lavrinovic, and Lavrinovic gets in. Kuzminskas kept it alive, but Rudy Gay now takes it the other way. Over to Rose. Rose floats in the lane and draws the foul from Sabutis.
That was a foul on the drive. It is so difficult against Derrick Rose because he's extremely athletic, and if he attacks you, it is almost impossible not to foul him. Sabutis is not happy about the call. You see it right here. Rose goes around him after the crossover.
Well, you can see Sabutis was hanging on his jersey as he went past, so that was a good spot by the referee.
And the referees were right there, so as you said before, I mean, these are the best referees that we've had here in the tournament. They're doing a superb job. Look at the United States, they are just slowly starting to open a gap there.
Yep, now 4 points. Derrick Rose as well. And Cousins was really having his way inside with Lovrinovic. Lovrinovic is looking over at the referee and saying, what is going to be allowed in here? Potsis brings it across midcourt. A 5-point lead, the biggest for the USA. The pass to Sabutis. Sabutis puts up a little jump hook, is able to get it back. Back inside to Jankunas. Lovrinovic, and I think Cousins lost him, and he pays the price.
That's it right here. That's what we said. Lovrinovic's got an incredible advantage in the shooting range, so Cousins really going to have to come out and guard him.
But at the other end, Thompson tried to reply. Now Kuzminskas gets inside and backs up his man and draws the foul from DeMar DeRozan. So
that was a smart play by Kuzminskas. He didn't try to rush anything. He just dribbled the ball all the way to the sideline there, almost full court, and then he decided to go back DeRozan down because he's got good 10 centimeters height advantage on him. Good play by Kuzminskas. One of the least used players by Kazlauskas, but he showed a lot of experience and maturity on that play.
Well, he plays at a high level in Europe, and maybe his confidence has waned a little at times in this tournament, but he's come out looking determined tonight. This is both free throws, however, so that's starting to become a problem for Lithuania. They're now shooting 58% at the line. They've made 7 of 12. Klay Thompson. Thompson just floats into the lane.
I mean, this is some serious leadership by Klay Thompson. He just looks so poised when he catches the ball on the wing and just decides what to do if he's covered on the shot.
That's a 4-point swing with Lithuania missing the 2 free throws, so very costly. And inside, good defense from the USA. Lithuania recover. Kuzminskas kept it alive. They had about 3 looks at it, and the USA don't give away points.
You get only 1 look against the United States. You just got to take advantage.
Cousins gets inside and blocked by Lovrinovic.
Good defensive play by Lovrinovic.
Boy, and I don't think, well, we've got an injury. Jankunas holding his foot. He's had some injury problems.
I think Cousins just landed on his foot right there. But how about Cousins? I thought he was all in the basket. He just completely had advantage right there, and somehow Lovrinovic was able to recover. Okay, one more time. I mean,
well, he definitely. No, I don't think it was anything to do with Cousins. And I will say this: it looked like Cousins almost drew a foul on Lovrinovic because Lovrinovic left his feet and came down on him, and that is not a good sign for Lithuania. It looks like he may have turned his ankle.
Well, they have 5 big men, so I mean, it is not a good sign, but they still have Montayunas, Jankunas, and 2 Lovrinovic's brothers.
And that was a forced pass that almost ended up bouncing into the basket.
That's another turnover. I mean, Lithuania just got to start taking better care of the ball. It's going to come back to haunt them.
Well, 7 turnovers already for Lithuania, and they're trailing by 4 points. You figure they've missed some free throws. Now Rose hands it off, and again, the block, but the foul from behind, and Cousins has a trip to the line right at the end of the quarter.
I tell you what, I mean, they are not giving anything for free to DeMarcus Cousins. And there's a technical foul there on Coach Kazlauskas. What? That is a meltdown right there by the Lithuanian side at the end of the first quarter.
Well, you could quite clearly see the Lithuanians get him on the wrist as he went up. I didn't see it on the back of the neck, but on the wrist.
I mean, there's no question about the foul. I thought it was a good challenge there for Cousins. They just don't give him the easy layup, easy dunk right there. So Lithuania's got to have to do that. But then Kazlauskas was so unhappy about the call that he complained to the referees that he earned a technical.
So he makes 1 of 2, and now Thompson.
Yep. He's going to shoot a technical.
Now this is the biggest lead of the game for the USA.
But they're going to shoot it. I think that what the referees are saying, they will shoot it at the beginning of the second quarter, because the technical was called after the quarter ended.
Okay. And Kazlauskas trying to get an explanation for many things, most likely. So the USA, despite having had some real resistance from Lithuania. They've taken a 21-16 lead at the end of the first quarter. We'll have technical free throws coming at the start of the second. And the free throw shooting, you can see that Lithuania just 58%, 7 of 12. That's a real killer.
And also look at the 2-point percentage. I think this is all the missed drives that Lithuania did in the second half of the first quarter. On rebounds, USA dominant, but still Lithuania stayed in contact. 16 for USA and 10 for Lithuania. Jeff, I'm looking at the partial score right here, and it was at one point, it was 10-13 there for USA, and then 21-16. So you got 8-point turnaround there in the last 3.5 minutes of the first quarter. Really, when Lithuania took Valanciunas and Motiejunas off the court, I thought that where a lot of intensity led Lithuania, a lot of mistakes started to accumulate for Lithuania's side. You know that Lithuania is going to have to try to shoot the ball better also from the three, because so far they are only 1 for 3. And if you look at the quarterfinal, they made quite an incredible performance there behind the arc. They shot 10 for 19 against Turkey for 52.5%. It was one of the main reasons why they managed to prevail against the Turkish side.
Well, right now it's the USA that have made the 3 3-pointers. And just 1 3-pointer for Lithuania.
I think importantly for United States, the foul trouble to Curry, Fareed, and Harden just did nothing to the confidence of the Americans. They were able to recover, and now both Fareed and Davis and Curry, all the 3 players that got 2 fouls, they're going to check back into the game. So you see the confidence of Coach Krzyzewski, that he's got really deep lineup, deep bench, and he's going to play even with the 3 players in foul trouble.
So now Steph Curry comes in and right off the bench will shoot the technical free throws. And this is the type of thing as well that could get Curry going. He makes nothing but twine there.
Absolutely, and I think that if you're Lithuania, you just really have to watch the score. You don't want to fall double digits behind United States. And it's extremely difficult to climb out of that hole.
Well, they're 3 points away from double digits, so then you could get a stop. It's now 23-16. That score hasn't ticked over there on the screen, but it will. Anthony Davis. Now Harden. And Lavrinovic is taking exception to the call. Krzysztof Lavrinovic, the other Lavrinovic.
So it means that Lithuania is staying on the big man position right there with the Lavrinovic brothers. And you saw it right there. Krzysztof Lavrinovic clearly held Fareed there on that rebound. Good call by the referees, no question.
Irving dumps it to Harden. And Krzysztof Lavrinovic chases it down.
That was a great look at the basket for Harden after the out-of-bounds play.
And Anthony Davis picks up a foul. That's going to be his first foul. So we thought there may have been one in the first half, but sorry, the first quarter, but that's his first. Sabutis, quick pass inside to Kuzminskas. He waits and then he goes up.
The young fella right there just establishing himself against the USA.
Well, he is raising eyebrows with the performance tonight.
I mean, he's an athlete, no question about that. This is a perfect position for him to score.
Lavrinovic, Darius Lavrinovic held his ground, but Fareed hustles to the ball and goes up strong. And one.
And again, offensive rebound basket. This is what United States has been able to live off the whole tournament. You cannot give up after one shot is taken. You have to make sure that everybody's boxed out. If you got Fareed and Davis on the floor, it is almost impossible. Look at here one more time. Davis loses his balance, but here's Fareed. He makes sure the ball goes back in there and is fouled again. So chance for three-point play for Kenneth Fareed.
Well, I'll tell you, Anthony Davis really bulled his way in there, didn't he? It's a real battle in the low post.
But that was a smart play by one of the Lavrinovic brothers just to back out of the way.
Kuzminskas is just kind of the revelation. He's playing so well, you just have to wonder where has he been for the entire tournament.
He has to stay under control, though.
Kuzminskas gets in lane, gets up, puts it up and in.
And that's it, that's simple basketball. There was nobody to help. Both Anthony Davis and Kenneth Farid were out of the lane, so Kuzminskas just took his time and laid it over Harden, who's smaller.
Pass to Farid, he's able to catch it. Gave it to Curry for three, good!
That is a heartbreaker for Lithuania. They played good defense, but just cannot cover everything. Steph Curry makes a tough three-pointer.
Skevicius tries to escape the attention of Irving, now gets in, passes outside. And he was out of bounds, Skevicius, so that turns it back over. That's a lot of turnovers for Lithuania, 8.
You have to be careful. If you have a player coming out, you see it right there, the three-point line is very close to out of bounds. You must be very careful not to step out of bounds.
Curry running off a screen, and they dodged the bullet there because you can see that Curry really feels it.
He didn't have much time to take that shot, but with Steph Curry, you almost feel very confident.
Kuzminskas clears out, says, I'm going to work. But he has to settle for drawing a foul, and that's number 3 on Steph Curry, and that is a huge victory for Lithuania.
Steph Curry was almost trying to get out of the way or be there early. Look at it one more time. That's a tough call right there because he was out of the circle right there and really was trying to avoid a foul. That's why I'm sure he's talking to the referees right now. But again, a heads-up play there by Kuzminskas. Just tries to take advantage of his athletic skills. I like him. I like him.
I like him as well. The USA have called timeout. They're leading, though, 28-20.
They're opening up the baseline.
Well, look at the intensity on the face of Coach Mike Krzyzewski. And, George, you have to feel for Steph Curry. It doesn't seem like he's getting the rub of the green much in these games, but it's frustrating for him. He doesn't want to come over here and sit on the bench. There's the shooting for tonight's game. USA putting up a lot of threes and nailing 4 of them.
Not a bad defense there by Lithuania. It's only keeping the United States to 27% and 33 from 2 and 3 respectively. Here you saw the spectacular finish right here by young Mindaugas Kuzminskas. What a game he's been having so far. All the Lithuanian fans are loving it. But I'm just looking at the stats, and it's remarkably even there between the United States and Lithuania, even though USA's got an 8-point lead at the moment after 12 minutes of play. Lithuania just really doing a good job of points in the paint. It's even Lithuania's got an edge of 10-8 and second chance points, only 5 for the United States, and we have seen them just dominate the opponents in the second chance points department.
So 8:04 remaining here in the second quarter. Sabutis has a couple fouls. He comes back into the game. So a lot of Lithuanians on 2 fouls. Curry obviously with 3, and now Klay Thompson comes back in with his Golden State Warriors teammate Curry on the bench.
Very important for Lithuanians is to concentrate on the free throws. As you said before, Jeff, you don't want to miss free throws. Not against a team like the United States, not in the semifinals of the World Cup. And they have missed 5 free throws so far.
Well, Kuzminskas makes both, and the USA in this FIBA Basketball World Cup semifinal with a 6-point lead. Harden over to Farid. Irving back outside to Thompson. Thompson gets in the lane, puts it up, and the son of Michael Thompson, the former NBA star, makes it.
He is so good from a 3-point line, but on the drive, he is really good at getting to the basket. Complete player.
Sabutis. Lovrenovich is passing that ball around, and USA pressure comes up with a steal and a transition basket.
And this is exactly what you cannot do against the United States. You cannot go for the risky pass. You have to make sure that your pass is delivered.
And Lovrenovich now has gone down. Darius Lovrenovich.
I think he has slipped on the floor. Let's hope he did not injure anything right there. It must have been a wet spot on the floor. And I was going to ask you the question. You think how long was Valanciunas going to stay on the bench? Now he's checking back into the game. And Darius Lovrenovich, this is not a good sign. He's holding one of his hands right there. Oh, he just fell on his left hand. That could be very painful. And he's a finesse player that could be a big time limiting factor for him.
So he's holding his thumb as if he's turned it or sprained it, or
I think it's on the left hand, but nonetheless that could be a huge factor.
Kuzminskas. Oh, he's terrific, isn't he, tonight?
I mean, he's taking advantage. There's a mismatch right there. Him against James Harden on the block. You just have to go to that mismatch.
Klay Thompson now gets it to Davis, who misses the layup.
Oh, you almost always see Anthony Davis going for the dunk on that.
Sabonis for three, off the front of the rim, and Lavrinovic is able to do something not many people do, and that's get a rebound away from Farid.
That was a nice job by Darius Lavrinovic. Oh, it's Krzysztof, I'm sorry.
Krzysztof Lavrinovic off the back of the rim, but the long rebound to Kuzminskas.
Good job by the Lithuanians to stay with it. I mean, long rebounds. If you're active, you get a good chance of getting the ball.
Yaskevicius just drives, but 2 shots will be awarded.
But what a play we've seen from Mindaugas Kuzminskas. I mean, he's a lot longer and maybe even more athletic than James Harden. He's got a lot least experience, but I mean, he's playing like a seasoned veteran.
Yaskevicius, here's the look on his drive. And what's interesting, and don't lose sight of the fact here that Kuzminskas now is playing in front of a couple of NBA coaches, in Monty Williams and Tom Thibodeau. It's kind of like, hey guys, just in case you need anybody next year, don't forget me.
I mean, he's got huge potential. If you look at his body, he's 2'6" tall. He runs like a deer. He gets off the ground really quick. He's got long arms. I mean, he's a prospect.
There's a problem with Darius Lavrinovic.
It's good for Lithuania and him. That's on the left hand, that's for sure. I mean, if that wasn't a shooting hand, it would be extremely difficult for him to get back into the game and be a factor. So that's a second injury to the front line there of Lithuania.
That's right there. Paul Shankunas is on the bench. We don't know what his status is, but we haven't seen Yasidis come in. He's more of a small forward, good perimeter player as well, good shooter anyway. Now Yaskevicius has been at the line a lot tonight, and his positive start, which you remarked on, was crucial for Lithuania.
It's very important. He's a young player, so if he starts well, I think that his self-confidence just goes up. He's been a pleasant surprise. I mean, he really is an off guard in his natural position.
It's good, and in the build-up, he was like, I'm tired of being the last man cut, and it looked like it was going to be the last man cut again this year. And as fate would have it, Kaunietis got injured, and here he is playing in the semifinals of the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Irving over to Thompson, who's been sensational. He misses, and Cousins just mistimed his jump there.
He was right there. I mean, he could have gotten a tip in if he timed the jump better.
Yaskevicius. And that was an ill-advised pass, but Lavrinovic is able to get it back. He puts up a three. Now Yaskevicius wide open. That's short.
Whatever.
And Yaskevicius was asking for the travel. Irving, like greased lightning, goes the other end, but Farid can't hold it. But look at Irving. Is able to get it, and
that is some intense basketball play right now. I mean, so many offensive rebounds and second chances there for Lithuania. You don't almost ever see that against the United States. And here's the fast break by Kyrie Irving. He leads the ball well. Nice drop pass there to Farid, but he just cannot handle it. Recovery by Irving, and a ball there for the United States.
Thompson misses again.
That's a second miss for Klay Thompson. Both times I thought he had a good look at the basket. He's frustrated with himself.
Now Kuzminskas, the man from Malaga, the Lithuanian, over to Valanciunas. In it goes, and Lavrinovic.
Oh, they call 3 seconds. That is a killer right there for Lithuania. The Croatian referee calls it 3 seconds on him.
That's incredible.
But he was awfully long. Look at that right here. Oh, that's a good call right here. Almost pitched a 10 over there.
He had the 10 up, and it didn't go unnoticed. Valanciunas clogs up the middle with Lavrinovic. Farid gets there for the two-handed jam!
What a move right there by Kenneth Farid! What athleticism by the big man!
Well, he's not been quite as dominant tonight, but that's his calling card, folks. Potsius. He gets into the lane. Outside to Yaskevicius. That's He is in the zone.
I mean, he just cruised right over the rim.
Mindaugas Kuzminskas. Quickly the other end, Klay Thompson.
Oh, here's a tough shot right there and a killer for Lithuania because Marty Potsius was right there chest to chest with Klay Thompson.
great players have the ability to go down and hit shots like Klay Thompson to get that momentum back. Now inside goes to Valanciunas, and Cousins picks up the foul.
He is not happy about it, but look at the factor of Klay Thompson. 14 points. He is leading United States, and this is the second game in a row that he's been a big factor for United States. I tell you what, right now Lithuania is playing some tough defense, and they are playing some very smart basketball. If that wasn't for the call, this is the last foul right here against Valanciunas, but if it wasn't for the 3-second call right there on Lavrinovic, they could have gotten close to 4 points.
Well, USA, to be honest, also doing a good job of keeping their composure. They lead at 36-28. We've got timeout.
I would slightly disagree with you, Jeff, that they are keeping their composure. I think that really Klay Thompson is making it happen right now for the United States. He's coming off the screens, he's knocking down shots, he's able to go one-on-one from almost any position, and he's driving the ball to the basket. He's getting fouled, but he's making passes to his teammates. He's been an incredible factor.
To the offensive rebounds and the points off those offensive rebounds for the USA.
That's a good story right there for
Lithuania as well, and obviously because Minsk is a part of that.
Because you know in the quarterfinal against Slovenia, 24 offensive rebounds from the United States.
We've also got the points from turnovers there from the USA, 10, and that's something that...
But you have to live with that, Jeff. I mean, you're not going to cover everything. I think that Lithuania is playing good defense and they are playing smart basketball, but you just cannot cover everything. Look at Kenneth Farid. I mean, this is athleticism at his best. This is unbelievable. He takes contact, he's able to turn around and just slams it home with such a force. That is incredible. Look at the hang time. Look how he skies up to the rim and just eats it right there on the jam.
When is he coming down? Kenneth Farid tonight. There's 7 points.
There's an ice bag right there on the left.
Klay Thompson, in my opinion, is one of the top 5 players in this tournament. That's how well he has played. He has got 14 points in the first half tonight.
He's leading the United States in minutes played. He's the most used player for the United States.
Valanciunas makes the free throw now. Lithuania back up to 71%. See the fans there watching with great enthusiasm and costumes.
This is what Lithuania has to do. They have to capitalize on free throws. If they are fouled, just gotta make sure they score them. Big lineup for Lithuania again. Mateunas and Valanciunas.
And Yasitis is in as well. That was a beautiful drive, but they're gonna. Who was it? Farid that hang on the. Did he get the rim or was he hanging on the net?
Now he touched the rim. I mean, you cannot just touch the rim. Look at it one more time, right? You're gonna see that. You see that? You cannot do that. You cannot do that.
Yuskevicius, Eunice back into the game for Lithuania. Here he is. He puts up a 3. And that was a quick 3 off the bench. Now, quickly, Rose explodes into the lane. Misses. Farid follows. He's trapped, but passes over to Cousins. And
that's great hands of Yuskevicius. He read that pass well to Rose. But again, it was Kenneth Farid just getting the offensive rebound. I mean, he's just really also same as Thompson, just being so useful there for the United States.
Well, they got a lot of minutes from the other big man from Lithuania. So right now, Valanciunas and Mateunas are rested. Rose rolls. Irving for 3, misses. Mateunas with the board.
Kyrie Irving just not shooting the ball from 3 well. I think he's a lot more comfortable with a long shoot off the dribble.
Mateunas gives it to Valanciunas. He goes to work against Cousins. Spins, puts it up. And great hustle from Irving. And the ball goes out of bounds to the United States. And Yasitis, you see, he's back after having had, I don't even think he played in the last game against Turkey because he had that injury against New Zealand. Rose over to Farid. He thought about it. Gives it to the man with the hot hand, and he gets it back, and Kenneth Farid misses.
And that's a smart play there by Mateunas. He just gives the shot to Kenneth Farid because he operates a lot better on the basket. So take a shot, big fella.
Yuskevicius down the lane, hands it off to Valanciunas. And Yasitis, and an opportunity goes begging. for Lithuania.
The Lithuanian bench is not happy about the call, but there's just so much contact right there after the pass. It's almost impossible just to recover the ball right there. Yeah, that was a travel. Yep. Exactly. Two, 3 steps extra right there on that position.
Look at the bruise on Yasaitis' left arm. And remember, it's a physical game right there. Of course, that's about a week old. Now Cousins backs up his man, puts it up, and that's a strong move from Cousins.
That's a lot of power right there from DeMarcus Cousins. Two big men, Valanciunas and Cousins, just really going at it. A lot of energy exerted by both big men.
Valanciunas loses it, and good quick hands from Cousins, but Lithuania going to maintain possession.
I tell you what, it is difficult for Jonas Valanciunas to get going. He's got 7 points and 4 rebounds, but he's just going to work hard. And look at defensively, he also has got a tough assignment against Cousins, who just bulldozes his way in and scores easy. Scores 2-pointer over him with a right-handed jump hook.
Good news is Valanciunas has no fouls. Now Kuzminskas, he's been effective. He goes to work against Klay Thompson. And boy, he is just an all-star tonight.
He is establishing himself in a major way. He's using his long arms, long feet, just to go around the defenders. They have no chance to guard them.
He's got a team-high 12 points. Rose pulls up for 3, rims out, but Cousins keeps it alive. Got his man off, and the follow and the foul, so an N1 coming for Rudy Gay.
This is a killer. This is absolutely a killer for Lithuania. You got a big lineup right there with Motiejunas and Valanciunas. You have to get offensive rebounds. Look at that one more time. That's 2 offensive rebounds there. You cannot give it up. This is what you can give up if you got Lavrinovic's brothers there, because you get the outside shooting. But if you get those 2 big guys there, you have to get offensive rebounds. I mean, you get 3 rebounds. I'm sorry.
A great effort from Rudy Gay, and he converts. And Cousins comes after Valanciunas, and it looked like he was cocking his arm to throw a punch.
Oh, he was, absolutely.
And surely a technical foul is going to be called, and they've called it. Now he's upset because he believes he's been elbowed in the neck, but you can't rear back like Cousins was.
I mean, if he unloaded that one, it would have been over for him in the tournament maybe. That didn't look good at all.
Watch this. He's boxing out, and he gets him underneath.
It wasn't a shot. I mean, he just kind of took his head back.
I mean, he could have called that foul, but you can't do what Cousins did. But at the same time, you got to stand up for yourself.
Valanciunas, with the look in the face, I think he was fearing for his life right there. That wasn't a very smart play there by DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, this is semifinal of the Basketball World Cup, and all of a sudden you get a 9-point lead. You have a chance to really put it to double digits, and you give Lithuania 2 free throws and a ball from the side.
And suddenly Lithuania 14 of 19 at the line. There's the foul woes with Curry and now Cousins on the bench.
Cousins is a physical guy, but I mean, he's just gonna take one for the team, Jeff.
And Lithuania do not capitalize completely. Now Mason Plumlee has come into the game, and really you have to understand the Cousins with the inexperience perhaps coming to the fore.
He's a young player, a young physical player.
But his effort at this Basketball World Cup has been tremendous. Now Sabutis, cross court to Yasaitis. Brinovic back into the game with the taped up thumb, and he's fouled. So we'll see. We'll have to monitor that. Mason Plumlee's come in for the USA.
That's smart basketball there by Darius Lavrinovich. He fakes the shot. Look at it right here.
It's absolutely the right call.
We expected that. You see from Lavrinovich. I mean, he's a good driver there. He gets the ball on the floor, even though he's 2 meters 10 tall, 6'10". So he's got a lot of skills there. This is the substitution of the star of the game there, Kuzminskas for Lithuania. Surprise star, because looking at the stats, Jeff, he's averaging the least minutes there for Coach Kazlauskas. Only 9 minutes per game, but he's been the star of the game for them.
Well, Kuzminskas, I think, was put in really to slow down Klay Thompson.
Absolutely. He got a defensive assignment, but look what happened. 12 points by him, leading scorer for Lithuania.
Well, Lithuania once again down by just 6 points. See how the USA respond. Gay gets close, puts it up, misses Valanciunas with the rebound. Had Mason Plumlee bearing down on him.
This is what you have to do if you're Valanciunas. You gotta focus yourself to get all the rebounds. Good job by that time.
Lavrinovic sets the pick. And the pass to Yasitis. Boy, that was a tough one to handle, but he called it. Now Maciulis, he's back into the game. Was right at Rose. He gives it and able to get it back and puts it over the rim. And somehow the USA come away with it. Plumlee over to Irving now. And the foul before the shot. Irving wanted the continuation, but he's not going to get it.
That's a 14th foul there for Lithuania, so there was a smart foul to stop the fast break and make the Americans take it from out of bounds. Good play by Lavrinovic.
He got him right on the arm there. And Irving, boy, he's a strong point guard, isn't he? He's out there, shakes and bakes, puts it up, and it's good.
That's a tough shot right there. Kyrie Irving had to work for that one, and he made it right over his defender. He's very consistent. I like Kyrie Irving so much. He doesn't go for the spectacular finishes, but I mean, in a one-on-one situation, when he pulls up, it's almost always money.
Martinez Putzis comes back in. Marty Putzis for Yasitis, who doesn't look like he's 100% out there, to be honest. He
got a tough blow there against New Zealand from Ty Webster.
Yep, ran into a screen, and he'd already had some knocks in the tournament, so he'll be licking his wounds after this. Putzis, though, turns it over. Pressure defense from his, but Irving, who like Putzis played at Duke, misses the shot, and now back to Sabutis.
Again, a dominant rebound by Valencia.
So Lithuania presumably will try to hold it for one shot here. And Rose is going to pressure the ball. Plumlee switches. Sabutis over to Lavrinovic. A long three, way too long.
I thought he had a couple of seconds or 2-3 seconds there to wait. He could have taken one dribble.
Now this is enough time for the USA to get off a good shot. He's going to give it to Rose. Rose puts it up and is short, so the USA will nevertheless take a 43-35 lead to halftime here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup, the first semifinal in Barcelona. George, you see the halftime